Hey y'all. I hope everyone is doing well. I was just sitting here looking at my past recordings before I started recording, and I realized I have been doing this for about 6 months now. Now that we're in June, I started in January. It doesn't even seem that long. I have taken a couple of breaks. Just because, man, Um, what I'm doing with these videos, I wouldn't call it practice, but this is just the first phase. So I've been working on getting into a studio, and I have a co-host now, potentially two. So, so I'm just ready for that. To be honest, I'm just ready for the next phase. But I'm gonna get back being consistent with my videos because why not? And this week I wanted to speak about the new Doctor Strange movie that came out. Did y'all see that? If you did see it, you know that the part that probably spoke or stuck out to me the most was the third eye part. If you've listened to some of my previous topic videos where I have spoken about religion and different things like that, you'll know that I always say, like, when it comes to these new aspects of spirituality that this generation has made prominent over the past, 10 years or so, I always say, like, me speaking to someone who grew up Christian, who now just focuses on spirituality according to Hebrew scripture. I always say, like, yes, these things are a thing because they speak about them in the Bible and other places. But what this generation has never adhered to is the fact that it's multiple ways to do a thing. And I say this all the time, like, us being who we are, so much power, infinite possibilities. There's so many ways that you can access the different parts of your body that correlate with the spiritual realm. There's different things that you can do with those things. But it's about how you do it. It's a good way and it's a bad way to do it. It's a right way and it's a wrong way. And people say, oh, there's no right or wrong way. Well, yes, it is. You can base what's right or wrong based on the outcome. Okay. Because they will make both ways look appealing. But one way is going to have you on the shitty end of it. Period. So yes, in the movie, the third eye thing came up with um now of course Doctor Strange has spoken on it before, but me personally, I could be wrong, but I have seen most of the Marvel videos, I mean movies, so I don't think I'm wrong. I just know that there's comics and all that other type stuff out there, so I don't know the full story. But I've never seen the third eye made prominent in his movie before until they decided to connect it to a dark entity. And this man was only dark because he was it was actually another version of Doctor Strange just in another universe also. And he was only dark because of a book that he had taken possession of that was a demonic book. So if you know spirituality, all of those out there who do third eyes and things like that, we can easily say that there was a spirit or entity connected to that book that then became in control of him based on what he was acting, how he was saying. He quoted several times, "Oh, hard holding the dark whatever has its consequences," or something like that. So yeah, and then Doctor Strange uses the book to help him do what he was trying to do. Da 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 da, stuff like that. End of the movie, as it's going off, it shows him, oh, in agony, oh, wah, wah, wah. And then he looks up while on the ground, and he's grown an eye in his forehead, the same way the man who had the evil book. I mean, the version of himself who had the evil book had the eye on his forehead. Now, before you say, "Oh no, they just trying to make it look evil," first of all, white people love evil stuff. The media loves evil stuff. And even in the movie, they weren't making it look bad. They let it be known that it was evil and still didn't make it look bad. They're not trying to like fool you. They're just telling you what it is, which is what they do most of the time in these movies. It's just that people like to think that they're playing when they say these things. Um so yeah, it just really made a light bulb go off of me because I've been telling people forever. Like ever since the third eye thing became a trend, it's like you do know you had your third eye before someone told you about it. You've had it all your life. Whenever you needed intuition, anything like that, it's been there for you. Yeah, they'll tell you like, okay, yeah, you can, the power of it, your intuition can be diminished. But to strengthen it, you don't need to do any rituals. You don't need to do anything outside of yourself. What you need to do is actually just build up yourself, you, and you alone. You shouldn't use anything outside of yourself to build yourself because when you do that, you're making those things parts of you, which doesn't sound that bad, but if we're going for the version of ourself that is our highest and is our best self, that version is not a compilation of different earthly things. It's not a compilation of different spiritual things either. It's you and then God, which is what it's supposed to be. You and your highest self is you and the creator. It's not you and spirit guides and all this other stuff. Like I start to see more and more why people used to say science was evil, because it's the explanation of us from people who aren't us. Quantum physics, all of these things, it's like we're being told, it's like we're being told about ourselves backwards because we didn't learn these things from our ancestors. We didn't learn these things from our sacred texts. We've been learning them from Google, and we've been learning them from Europeans who had to learn it from us. So I understand why it's so much misinterpretation. I understand how easy it is to get on the wrong path. So I'm not talking down on anyone. I just want you guys to take more responsibility for your spirits and for the growth of your spirits, because you are so powerful that you are a tool to everything in the spirit world. Period. There is no regular spirit that has not been ordained by God. No regular spirit cares about you more than what they want. None. So yeah, if you haven't watched the movie, go give it a look. Let me see what you think. Um, but yeah, again, I don't. Those who might say that, oh, white people just talking bad about it, can't be, because white people love magic. It's magic all up and through Marvel. All up and through Marvel is magic. But they also tell you what's good and what's bad. Well, they tell you what's on the light side and what's on the dark, because they don't even say the dark is necessarily bad. To be honest, they try to make it look cool, actually. So, you know, y'all can keep on ignoring the truth. I mean, there's no one around to see you better yourself, and there's no one around to shame you for becoming smarter, but those who are smarter than you can see how, you know what I'm saying, you should be ashamed of your ignorance, you know? Just saying, just saying. It's not a knowledge war. It's the war is between good and evil. That's the focus here. It shouldn't be a war on which side's information is right. I feel like both sides should just be able to accept the facts so that we can come together and live in truth. But all right, y'all. Bye. Love y'all. And go watch the movie, or watch that little part, because that little part in itself, from when the alternate version of him showed up with the eye to the end of the movie, like, it wasn't that much. Like, that basically was the end of the movie. So if you just want to go, just go look at that part. But I'm telling y'all, man, they put the truth in movies all the time. It's just either you listen or you don't.